Welcome to After Hours.
Welcome back to After Hours. I'm Alyssa.
I'm Jasmine.
Jasmine was just about to tell me who she's gonna go see in concert, and I want to know who. And then we were like, let's press record first.
Let's press record. I feel like I know he's not gonna listen to this, but I don't want to give him away because you know how we all have, as women, we have names for the men in our lives and our friends.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna give you a.
You seeing Little Man?
Yeah.
I knew it.
I hope he never listens to this. He's gonna kill me. Yes, and I'm so excited. I haven't seen him live yet.
Wow, are you excited?
I am. I just want to squeeze him.
When are you going?
Saturday.
Okay. Do you want to give context as to who this person is, or is that enough context?
It's enough.
Okay.
Yeah. Would I marry him in a heartbeat? Absolutely.
Can you see the top of his head? Well, actually, let me rephrase. What's the top of his head look like? Yeah.
It's beautiful, beautiful head hair. Stunning head hair. Not a bald spot in sight.
I love it. Is that your biggest life update today? And if it is, listen.
Well, I mean, I guess like technically, but I did go on vacation last week. I was trying to use my parents as, wing women and men for me.
Yeah, did it work?
It did not. Turn the A on.
Who are you? I took my H down because we know. Oh, actually, do you want to know the real reason why I took the H down? And then we're going to get back to your life updates.
Yeah.
Because I realized on Spotify, actually, I didn't realize my sister did. On Spotify and on Apple Music, I uploaded every single one of our After Hours episodes, hours spelled with an H. Yep. So for like a month, because it was 2 episodes that had gone up, it was After Hours with an H in the episode title. The actual show is still After Hours, but the episode title had an H. So I was like, I think I need to remove the H from my wall because I'm over and over again, I'm confusing myself on the name of our podcast. So that's not good. Not on the name, on the spelling, which is stupid. So anyway, continue. So you were on vacation with your parents. God doesn't give with both hands, okay? I'm figuring it out. I'm nice. I'm educated in some other ways. Spelling, touch or go.
Who needs to spell? Spell check.
You know?
No, but I try to use them. They never pressure me, thank God for that, to be in any type of relationship. They know that. I mean, my mom does say, like, maybe you need to be less picky sometimes just because she doesn't know really what to say. I mean, she's from that generation.
Yeah.
Like, my dad never, like, but none of them ever, like, pressure me, which is good. But I always ask them, like help a girl out. Mm-hmm. And so we normally see this one kid from, like, church who there's, like, a family of them. There's, like, 4 boys, and they're so tall, right? He lives down in San Diego. And and my mom always like, well, Jasmine, what about him? Now at this point, he's 29.
Okay.
And I'm 37. But I'm like, listen, Jasmine, the young men, I should say, young men do find themselves attracted to me. It just happens. You know what I mean? And so this year, my mom's like, Jasmine, he's really shy. You should just like be a little more aggressive. I was like, oh my God, Mom. She even tried to, we take a picture every year. Mm-hmm. And I normally stand next to my dad during the picture, but she purposely then told me afterwards that she like left room for me to stand next to him so we could see what we look like. It's not bad. I mean, he's like 6'5", so
insane.
Yeah, and he's a sweet guy. I think he's a little too shy for me. Like, I would absolutely like if he wanted to go on a date, absolutely. He does live down in San Diego. That's not a like game changer for me,
right?
But
I don't. Deal breaker.
Yeah, but I think I'm a lot for a lot of men. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, because a lot of these men, like we've talked about how like they don't know how to approach, like you said, like some of your clients don't know how to approach, and it's like, are you too shy? And I can't get a read on him because we obviously like kind of grew up together, not really. And so that was an attempt we did. And then on the golf course, I was trying to look for guys on the golf course when I was with my parents. One guy came by and was like looking for something, and he's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "I lost something. I'm just gonna like look for on the course." And he drove away, and I go, "Were you looking for a wife?"
Did he answer?
No, he was
Did he
too
hear
far away.
you?
Obviously,
Okay.
no. But yeah,
We have to get bold. We have to get bold. You guys should start saying it.
Listen, I did take some screenshots of accounts that I was like, I need to talk to Alyssa about this to see if this is a good idea for me to slide into the DMs and do the Tara experience of hi.
The
so
answer
I
is yes.
Well, I was like, some of these men, but listen, there's so many men on TikTok who are like, oh, I'm sick, but like, don't talk to people, don't engage with anyone in their comments. And I'm like, you don't, what?
Yeah.
Tell us, talk to us, give us your type so that we can stop. You know what I mean? Like, they're trying to use TikTok as a platform for dating, but then they don't talk to nobody.
Unless they're in the DMs only.
Right. So that's why I feel like I need, but DMs on TikTok we talked about are very weird. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to screenshot their Instagram and I'm going to, I was like, I found one, so I need to show you and then I'll do it and then we'll follow up.
Yeah, upon reflection, I do think I would like to see, because sometimes some of the men that you pull out, I just, like, you love a guy who's a fuckboy in a way that I cannot accept. You cannot slide into the DMs of someone who posts thirst traps on TikTok.
I didn't. You would like this guy.
It says trap in the name. It's a trap.
You would like this guy. You would like this guy. So I have faith.
I'll hold space. I'll hold space for him.
Okay, but what's going on with the boyfriend? What's going on with Kevy Poo?
He's good. He's gonna be here on Saturday, and Saturday. Well, he flies out on Saturday. He won't get here until Sunday. Okay. But I'm so excited. I haven't seen him in a month, and
it's been that long.
Almost. But by the time he's here, yeah, it'll be a month.
Time.
So I'm really excited. I know. I'm so excited for him to be here, and yeah, I don't know. He's great. I was thinking about like his TikTok when you're talking about the thirst trap TikToks, and I'm like, the TikToks that Kevin posts are like the most random things ever. And one of the only TikToks that he's posted that I've watched 800 times is he did a cover of a song by My Chemical Romance called Cancer, and it's like on the piano, and he plays it, and it was so good. And I watch it all the time because it's
that great. Was your thirst trap right there.
That was my thirst trap, personally. Me and my safety pin sweater.
So, but then you're going. Then
he's here, and we're going to his brother's wedding.
That's what it was. Okay.
a week later. And then we are renting a car and driving to LA with my dogs, and I'm really excited. And I'm basically gonna be there TBD. Like, I don't know how long I'm gonna be there, but like for at least a couple of weeks, which will be fun. We'll see, because I'm not gonna have my own car, and I think that's gonna be like a struggle for me. We'll see if like it's hard to rent a car when you don't have existing insurance is the thing. Like, they charge you hundreds of dollars to have insurance on a rental car if you don't already just like have a car that you pay for insurance, you know?
Did you get rid of your car? Did I miss this?
Yeah. So my lease on my car was up in the end of last year.
Okay.
And I didn't re-up the lease, and I didn't get a different car because I was like, I don't really use it. Well, actually, I was really just trying to cut down on costs. I was like, I want to see if I really am going to need the car that much that like I need to get another lease and do the whole thing. I was like, I'm just going to see what happens since the lease is up anyway. So, at that time, I didn't know what I was doing in terms of like LA, New York, whatever. So, I just turned in my lease, and I was like, we'll just see. Because at that point, it was costing me like $500 a month for my car and insurance.
Disgusting.
Yeah, and so I was like, I'm paying $500 a month to drive to a coffee shop in Mount Kisco. What the fuck am I doing? No. Yeah. Like, that makes no sense. So that's why I got rid of it for now. I might end up like maybe in the fall, or I don't know. We'll see what happens when I'm in LA. Yeah, so I'm excited, and I'll get to have my LA summer. But we'll do another episode of After Hours with this. Oh my god, I just got very sad with this setup. Because then after that, I'm going to have a different setup, which is so crazy to think about.
Well, like we always do.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's my update.
Oh, I'm so excited. That's so exciting. But speaking of my parents coming into town, there was I feel like again TikTok knows. They know too much. The algorithm knows. They were all over my page with, well, they always are, with relationship advice. And one, I don't remember who the guy was, but he was saying, if your, I mean, people have said this, if your parents, if your partner, if you don't think your partner can get you through the death of your parents,
I saw
like
that
it was
TikTok.
that whole like aspect. And obviously I was very emotional when leaving my parents. They're still alive. But had a little mini crash out, considered moving home, you know, what I could do, like be on OF, sitting on things, making money so I could go back whenever I wanted to. I was crashing out, just full. I do
Oh
a
my
3-stage crash out, and
goodness.
then I FaceTime them when they land, and I'm like, oh, hey,
Yeah.
forgot I talk to you every day. It's fine. But then I like really started to think about that, and the people that I have dated could never.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
could have never. And like that is something that I've definitely thought about when dating. Like I always look ahead almost when I'm looking at someone. Just like I know that's kind of unfair to them, but like show me your cards
I
right
don't
away.
think it is unfair, if I'm being honest.
No.
Why would that be unfair? What, you're gonna waste your time with someone knowing for sure that they're not gonna be able to be with you in this like very pivotal moment of your life? No.
Yeah, because there's different moments, I feel like, when you have conversations, especially on a first date or second date, when I can kind of tell how you would react to certain things, especially me being emotional. Like, so if I tell you certain things that make me feel one way, you know, and in a very large manner, you know, and you just like, oh, and their face kind of, oh, she seems like she might be a lot, you can't.
Well, yeah, if they can't handle your like day-to-day stuff, then like they
Right.
should not be they are not welcome into everything else.
Exactly. Like, I just, yeah. So that just puts another level of
It's good perspective to
stress
have.
when it comes onto dating. But do you think Kevin, I feel like Kevin is like the perfect person for
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he would
emotional
be
support regardless, but especially with that.
I had a conversation with my mom. She listened to an episode of the Mel Robbins podcast, where she interviewed someone talking about emotionally immature parents. And my mom got like very emotional listening to it because she's like, she feels like my dad is the main like emotionally immature parent, and then Mel Robbins, like that woman that she had on, talked about the passive parent who is like the person who is seeing the emotionally immature one and then they're passive in response, and it creates like this whole dynamic. And so my mom started like freaking out that she's been the passive parent, and she got very emotional about it. Anyway, the long and short of it is we were talking about their marriage, and like my parents got married and they were like 23.
Same.
23. Like, of course you were emotionally immature parents. Your frontal lobe didn't develop. What the hell? I was like, I didn't feel like I was a person until I was 27.
Yeah.
You know? So in that conversation, I was saying how when Kevin was going to go on tour, he had a conversation with me about how he was going to take a break from his therapist while he was on tour because they're going to be traveling in different time zones. He's going to be in the car. It was just not very predictable. So he was like, it makes more sense for me to take a break from meeting with her every week, but I want to make sure that it's okay. Like, and that we have like a conversation about it, because I don't want you to feel like I'm going to emotionally rely on you because I'm not getting support from this therapist. And like, I just want you to know that I'm making this decision. So like, you can tell me if you feel like I'm doing that. Like, and I was like, yeah. So I told my mom that story and she was like, wow, that's insane. Yeah. And I was like, I know, it is insane.
Kevin,
and like,
you're messing up my makeup.
I know. So I was like, I think like when I think about a person who would like be there for me in something like that, like, oh my God, he sent me, it's like over there. But I was having really bad period cramps recently. I think we were talking about this. Like our period cramps have been so fucking bad recently. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like an age thing. It might be.
Listen, I can promote
so
some stuff to you off camera.
Okay. So He asked me one day what my favorite animal is, and I love cows. So he sent me this like it's called a warmie, and it's a
Oh
stuffed
yeah.
animal
Mm-hmm.
cow, and you put it in the microwave as like a heating pad. And he got it from me because my period cramps are really. So he's just like very thoughtful. So I feel like, yeah, I think he's like the person that would be
Just the
really helpful. I know.
lucky.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. I mean, if I'm still single, guess who's gonna have to make sure I don't go in the incinerator? Y'all. Y'all are gonna have to drag me away from that
It's gonna
incinerator.
be me and Chris literally taking turns watching you as you're chained to the floor, so that you don't go anywhere unsafe.
Yeah. And I think,
That's what I think.
okay, last thing about this. Do you think, as an expert, uh it's a like, or how would I bring this up in a first date if I ever go on another one? Like kind of, I feel like, again, it is there's such an important part to me. Like, they're my best friends. Like, if I don't talk, I sometimes don't talk to anybody but them every single day. So I feel like it would be important to bring it up, especially in the first date, because I am one of those. I mean, I bring up a lot of things in the first date because I'm like, you got to just, this is me. I don't hide myself very well. You're not going to get all of me in the first date, but like most of me is right here. I'm right here for you. And I think I would love to bring that up because they are older. And I think it's just something really important to me.
Yeah. I think
Not like,
I think
will
like
you
the
help
amount
me
of
if my parents die? Like,
yeah, it's hard because it's such like a heavy topic. But I think I mean you could bring up the TikTok, and you could say like I saw this TikTok that was going around about how like you should pick a partner that is that would be able to support you in like really hard moments in life. Like, have you ever dated someone that experienced something that was like really challenging, like a parent's death or like death in general, or like losing a job, moving to a new place unexpectedly, like anything like that was really tough. Like, what was that experience like for you?
that's a
And
good one. It's a deep.
and I
Maybe that's like
think
a
it's
second date
also
question. I'll give it
it
to
might
the second
be a
date.
second date question, but I think there's also like sometimes it's the question that you ask and the answer they give, but sometimes it's also like the way that they um like if they're not okay with you asking that question at all and they're like fuck this, then they might be in a different place than you, because the fact that
Yeah.
you're even considering bringing it up on a first or second date means that like you're in go time. You're like, I'm looking for someone who can like take me serious and like have a real relationship.
Yeah.
So like you're in a different place. So I think,
Right.
if that really freaks people out, if you ask someone on a second date and you're having that conversation, if they're not even open to that conversation, I'm already sort of like half out.
Yeah. Well, that's because lends itself to the emotional maturity level that you're at, especially if I date younger men. It's kind of like something you need to. I get it. Like, you're maybe not at that point in life, but some of them are. I mean, it really just depends. And some of the older men aren't emotionally mature either. So it's very per person situation.
Well,
But hopefully,
yeah.
I'll start dating again. I'm really working on me right now. And I know that sounds really like cliche, and I will still date, but I feel like something has changed. I literally do that so many times a day. It's kind of annoying.
I can't.
But I feel really good about focusing on myself right now because I think something's about to come in. So I'm just trying to prep myself for when I have these dates that I think they're going to come.
Okay. You just like feel it in your body that something is changing.
I feel really good on my like fitness journey, my health journey. Work is, it's a grind. We're in the same, we're always. But I still think that there's so many big things on the opportunity. I still am very, very confident for us this year that
Something's happening. That's what Kevin says too, that he always says like this year feels like a big year. He's like, there's only good stuff this year, and like that's what we're gonna focus on. And I think that there's a lot to be said for having a positive attitude about all that kind of stuff too. So
And it's hard in this economy, this climate.
Oh my fucking God, bro. It's so hard.
It's time for a Reddit story to pick our spirits up.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Pick our spirits up, make us mad or
Yeah.
sad. The emotions could be anywhere.
Could be anywhere.
Or
Stay
our typical,
tuned.
what's our typical, be so fucking for real.
Be so fucking for real. Okay, I have 2 Reddit stories that you can choose from. I'll give you the titles. The first one is, am I the asshole for refusing to apologize for slapping my boyfriend when he smashed our birthday cake into my face?
You know I want to read that one.
Okay.
What's the other one?
The second one is, I think I'm on my sister's ex-boyfriend's side in their breakup.
I'm gonna have to save the second one. That's still
bookmark
that one, but I need to hear the first one.
It's crazy. And I did read this one. Or I think I might have heard someone else talk about it on TikTok, maybe. It's a good story. It's good. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Okay, this is coming from AITAH. Am I the asshole for refusing to apologize for slapping my boyfriend when he smashed our birthday cake into my face? My 34 female boyfriend, Charles, male 38, and I celebrated our birthdays together. This year, I contributed a small private room at a restaurant, and we invited around 11 people. 4 of them are my local friends. The rest are his family members. I wanted to celebrate a new achievement in my career and thought it would be great to just splurge a little and get some delicious food. So we had access to the menu, drinks, and our cake. I had agreed to pay for half of the food, aside from having rented the small space myself. The space was paid for in advance, and the food was going to be paid for at the end, as in any restaurant. We had issues last year because I felt that he was doing low effort things while I always did my best to give him a nice birthday celebration. We have an income gap, but it wasn't even about the money. I was making less money last year and I still made things work for him. So this year he took care of inviting people, paid for the cake, and got me a spice rack as a present, which I loved. I made myself pretty, got my eyebrows and eyelashes done, and my hair done. We were told to pose and pretend to blow out the candles because I didn't want to blow. Oh, okay. So they were going to pretend to blow out the candles because she didn't want to blow germs onto the cake. I'm glad that people started doing that, since that's like a since COVID habit. And I'm really happy. I don't think we all realized how fucking gross that was, that we were doing that, you know? When it was my turn, I was holding the cake when he pushed my face towards the cake, so I tried to fight it. His family started cheering, and he arched over my body and forced me to bend over until my face smashed the cake. My friends tried to get him off me, and he resorted to plastering cake and frosting on my hair. I don't need to describe the mess because I'll never be able to end this post, but I ended up slapping him when he attempted to do it again. His mother got up and she got into an argument with one of my guests. I had to cross the main floor with cake all over my face to use the restroom. When I looked in the mirror, I had cake on my neck and my blouse had red and blue coloring that didn't come off. I had to wash my face and got my hair in a bun because it looked less messy that way. When I came back, his family were all long faces. I told him what he did was unacceptable, and he said it was just a joke, that everybody has done it for ages, and that me slapping him just ruined my image in front of his family. I started crying. I gathered all my stuff to leave. I notified him that he should pay for himself and his guests. My friends insisted on paying for their own food, but I refused, and we ended the night right there. My friends wanted to treat me to dinner elsewhere, but I wasn't comfortable with my appearance. They ended up sending me the money that I spent, and that broke my heart. Charles had to pay for half the remaining bill and got charged a cleaning fee. I still love him, but I'm clear that I'll never be able to forgive him. We talked about it, and I ended things. He's convinced that I never loved him. He acknowledged what he did was wrong, but is adamant that his family hates me for slapping him, and that it's my fault. I told him that he ruined not only our birthday, but also my way to celebrate my career milestone. I've worked very hard to get where I am, and that his behavior showed me what my future will look like. And that I'm sorry to say it, but he was so aggressive, and so focused on making his family laugh at my expense that I just realized he's not good enough, and I've lost my confidence to be seen with him in public because I don't know what else he will pull out of his ass. He says he paid for the cake, that he's not saying it was okay to smash it, but it's not like I paid for everything. He wanted me to apologize to his mom, but I refused. Important. I'm not proud of my reaction. We'd never had any physical altercations. He says his mother feels humiliated because of what I did and that she has been struggling with mild depression for years. In parentheses, she said she didn't know. And I came off as violent. Am I the asshole for refusing? I already blocked him. Edit, his guests also paid for the other half of his bill after being told they needed not pay for everything. You are not the asshole. You are. I'm so happy that her reaction was, you are actually not worth my time. And this is a reflection of what my future will look like. And I'm fucking out. Thank God.
That mother?
Oh!
I don't know what is like the overarching, like, I don't know what had stemmed, what went on, but the fact that she doesn't think that what he did was physical violence, because that might not have had a bruise, but that's physical. He literally was over her, pushing her into a cage and tried to do it again. How are you going to say that, oh my God, like, because she, yes, and she even admitted that she didn't, like, she's ashamed that she smacked him, which is, again, like, I mean, but it's an impulse. For me, if someone grabs me, touches me in the wrong way, my impulse is to swing. I'm throwing both, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what? Like, ma'am, I don't even like that dynamic between the mother and son.
I'm so happy that she had the reaction of like, oh, this is serious enough that we need to break up. Like, that is,
thank God.
That is the right reaction. The fact that, her friends were trying to pull him off of her and couldn't do it. Dude, you don't give a shit about your partner. You don't care. You don't care. You so badly wanted to make your family laugh at your partner's expense.
Partner's expense is so annoying. It's
you
so.
Wanted to
do you live under a rock? Because you said, oh, everyone does it. Have you seen the end result of everyone doing it?
Right.
Have you seen the reactions of everyone doing it at a wedding?
Right.
Where they're getting married, like, and then you're just going to do it out in the open for like but absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I would be so heartbroken if I were her. Like, you got your hair done, your makeup done, lashes, the whole thing. You're so excited. You're going to celebrate. And this person just wrecked it.
They do not understand those concepts either. Like a lot of, and that leads into like how much we put into ourselves to be presentable, to be, this image that we want to, portray, especially. But like, again, this is a special day. You do it for yourself. You do it, sometimes you can do it for another person, for your friends. You just want to look a certain way. And that's, I want to smack him.
Yeah.
Because how dare you? And it wasn't even just the birthday. Celebrating a career, this is huge. What if you wanted photos? What if you wanted, and you just fucked that up? Oh, I'm getting mad for her. Oh.
Yeah. What did Siri just say?
Celebrating career milestones can boost morale, foster loyalty, and promote continued professional development. I don't know what just happened.
That's crazy. But you know that I have like a thing with birthdays. Like, I don't really do a lot for my birthdays because every year somehow my boyfriend fucks it up. So it's been years. Yeah, he knows. It's been years, and somehow every single year my whoever I'm dating makes me feel the size of an ant on my birthday. So I just like don't. I just don't. I have very low expectations and still end up feeling disappointed. So birthdays are a very sensitive thing for me on a personal level. It's heartbreaking because it's like so few things in life are fully about you. And for you to set aside a day where you're even splitting the day with your partner, but like, you should feel special that day. You should feel appreciated that day. It's like Valentine's Day. I know people say like you should feel no different on Valentine's Day than you do every day because they should appreciate you every day. It's like, yeah, but that's not true. That's not true. Yeah. The truth is people expect flowers on Valentine's Day or like just some extra gesture of like appreciation that is not possible or reasonable or sustainable to show every day. Birthdays are the same. Like people, there's an expectation of care and thoughtfulness that you are putting forth. And for you to not only disregard that, but to do something disrespectful and borderline violent,
Mm-hmm.
fuck out of here.
Yeah.
This is not a dependable person.
It deserved a smack. The
It
actions
deserved a smack.
the actions deserved the consequences. And the
Yeah.
thing is, the way that because she even mentioned, he said, I don't think you really loved me. No, I don't think you really loved me.
Right.
That's what I would have said, because
crazy.
how did you think that I would want that to happen on that specific day? Granted, like maybe they did little pranks outside, but I'm talking about special days. She's clearly made it. You've had conversations, she said, about these days and how she felt a little bit like less, appreciated on this. So obviously this meant something to her. Do a prank on a different day, on a Monday, on a Tuesday, that nothing's ever happening, if you want to test it out. But like on an important day in front of your family, be so for real. You never loved her. Get out of here.
Get out of here. Another thing too that I think is important is, even if in the moment he had a lapse of judgment, he wanted to make her laugh, the second that you saw your partner was so upset, you should have immediately turned around. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. This was meant to be a joke. I can't believe I did that and I made you so upset. That was not my intention. I thought this was going to be funny. I got carried away. Whatever it is. Even if you
did it again, you tried to do it again.
Even if you are not emotionally available in that day, it sounds like they've had conversations afterwards, and this person is still unable to say, maybe that wasn't my best moment of judgment. You're doubling down. That's crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy work.
That is, talk about emotionally immature shit. Like, this is not a person who is even remotely emotionally mature. They're incapable of admitting when they're wrong. And taking literally any sort of negative feedback. This feels like a pretty easy one.
Yeah.
And you're the fucking asshole.
You're the man's the fucking asshole. Don't get twisted. Not the she deserved to smack the shit out of him.
He's the asshole.
Yes, absolutely. Actions are that's insane. It's insane. And it's like, I texted you about a guy on the golf course who was literally acting like a child, smacking his golf club on the ground. It was the most tantrum thing I've ever seen. And I was like, some of these men are just so emotionally you can't contain. Like, it is, I'm embarrassed for a lot of these actions that are happening right now.
Yeah, I think a lot of men are not really given tools as boys for how to responsibly release emotions like that. But that at a certain point, it's like the same thing like when we talk about the dating landscape now, the male loneliness epidemic. At a certain point, that's your responsibility to figure out. Like, you see no one else acts like this except you. So that means you need to figure out, go to therapy and go and figure it out.
Yeah. And there are men out here who are trying to also help, but you just think that they're pick-me's or betas or whatever you want to call them, and you won't listen to them. Right. So it's like, I don't know what else you want to do. So fall deeper into your loneliness.
Yeah. Yeah. It's unfortunate. And I in the event that this person starts dating somebody new, the boyfriend, I can't wait for him to explain what happened that led to his breakup.
He'll lie.
Or he'll explain the story because
he
genuinely, he'll embellish, I'm sure. But he also, I'm sure, will. It's like when you start dating someone and they're like, yeah, my ex was crazy. Red flag.
Tell me about it. Talk to me. Oh, I've had people, especially when they give some context and I can kind of hear, I'm like,
Yeah. You're like, okay, I'm sorry. She's crazy? Right. In that moment, I think it's okay to ask, what's your relationship with critical thoughts? How are we feeling? Because, oh my God. So, yeah. That's that.
I'm so glad you read that one. I am.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to end on a high note, and I need you to show off this mother hair right now, because I crashed out yesterday. Like, I crashed out. It was not embarrassing. Okay. I'm very proud of it.
Okay, so anytime I grow my hair past like here-ish, it starts to get like really thin and stringy, which I think is just because I use heat on it. Like, my hair is naturally curly. Not curly, it's like wavy. And I don't let it natural, and like it's my own fault. And so this is like a cycle I go through like every couple of years where I grow it and then I just chop it really short. So now, I mean, my sweatshirt is
I know
black,
your
it's hard
sweatshirt
to
is
see.
blending. Show us some collarbone, baby. Show us some. Pull
Okay.
it out. Oh, look at it. I'm gonna crash out all
Right?
over again.
It came out so cute. And you know what? As I'm sitting here, you know what? I love the little pieces in the front. You know what I think is going to be very cute? Wait, I have to take my headphones off for this.
Pause.
Like a little, it's just, listen, it's a short hair era. Everyone cut your hair, because long hair also sort of feels like, I don't know. Sometimes I think like, because every boyfriend I've ever had is always like, they like my hair better long. All boys like girls' hair better long. And then I cut my hair and they're like, oh my God, I love it. I'm like, I think that honestly, not to be, this is so annoying of me. And I hear it. This is annoying. I'm preparing you. I think it's sort of like a patriarchy thing. Like to have like women have long flowing hair and like that's the only way that they're attractive just feels like very like male gaze. Like I just don't, so I don't want to subscribe to that. So that, and then I chopped my hair. Yeah.
I love
Which
it.
when I was getting it cut, I was trying to decide if I wanted it like all one length, which is pretty much what I did, aside from like I already had like little curtain bangs.
Yeah.
But I was trying to decide if I wanted to do layers in it. And I was like, my worry is that when too much volume sits here, I look like, have you ever, when you were a kid, gotten black olives and put them on your fingers? Did you ever do that? No? I thought it was just a me experience, but my hairdresser also has done that before. Okay, so if that doesn't resonate with you,
I don't like olives.
Okay, so yeah, so then you never would have done that. If that doesn't resonate with you, try this one on for size: berries and cream, Lord Farquaad. That's what I feel like it gives, you know.
No,
and
it's
I
not,
just like can't.
Yeah, no, with great cut. Whoever did it,
She did a great job.
Great job, stunning job.
Also,
it made my day.
I literally did. It was so sweet. That was so incredibly sweet and kind. I felt so supported in that moment because when I first got my hair cut, I was like, oh, fuck, I don't know if this is a good idea. Like, I didn't take pictures of it for like a couple of hours. Oh my God. Yeah. Like a little bit of like a freak out. And then I was like, no, this was good. This was a good decision. I'm excited to be at the wedding because I think I'm going to wear something that's either like strapless or spaghetti strap. And it's going to look so nice with like a little fake tan.
I'm gonna have another crash out. I'll prep myself. Don't worry about it. I will prep myself for that one.
Oh my God. It's gonna be really cute. So I love it and I appreciate your support and I love it. What's happening with your hair today? It's too like the contrast is too high, so I can't see what you did. Did you do baby buns?
I did my little baby buns because just quick and simple, especially with summer coming up. But I'm hoping I'm gonna see finances wise, if I can get my braids in. But I think I'm still gonna do like a short braid, not a long one, because when I cut my braids the last time, I was like, wait a second, can I pull off short?
Are we both gonna have like a little bob?
I think we might. So we'll see. That's the plan.
It's the summer of a bob. It's Bob Summer.
Yes.
What's that song that's like B.O.B. They're calling me Bob? I need to make a TikTok to that sound. Do you know what I'm talking about? No, you do.
I love the faces I give you. All right.
I have to make a TikTok with that.
I feel like I know this was a shorter episode for you guys, but I think that's what we're going to be doing. And because we're yappers, you know we are, but I still feel like we got
we got a lot in.
We got stuff in there for you to hear and efficiently.
Yeah. So if you haven't already, sign up for our Patreon at patreon.com/afterhourspodcast, where we do drunk episodes every month. And they're really fun. They're really silly. We just uploaded one last week, so check that out. And there's another one up there too. So if you are feeling gypped on content this week, please go to the Patreon. You could also
if more people follow, we'll do more drunk episodes.
Yeah. Also go to tiktok.com. I did this last time too. It's because that's how I wrote it in our document. So every time I like look at tiktok.com. Anyway, go on TikTok, After Hours Podcast, and on Instagram, After Hours_podcast. As always, those things will be linked in the bio. And like and subscribe and review and all the good things. Make sure you're following us on YouTube if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple, because then you can watch this all and the YouTube views really help us. So that's it. We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, see you next time, guys.
Bye.